Tonight.
Yeah, the first one in school history, I'm proud of them because they played so great last week and, really played obviously good enough last week for, us to win the football game. And it was a heartbreaker that we didn't, but they came out and played really well tonight. I think, defense, and then also I think on, in all phases, just a couple discipline things, too many penalties, stuff like that. But for us to get a goose egg on the board and the school's first shutout, I think it's a great thing, and I'm proud of the defense and the staff for what they were able to do. So.
What assessed Marketo in his first game back? I mean, he looked pretty sharp for Mr.
Yeah, I thought he looked sharp. Still rusty in some areas. Some of the zone read stuff and things like that, and throwing our bubble screens and that stuff. So, some of that he was a little bit rusty. Tried to make too much happen a couple times, where he needed to just take either a sack or throw the ball out of bounds, and he just tried to do too much a couple times. I'd like to see him be a little smarter, with the football. But obviously, having him back out there was good, and it was a good game for him to, get some reps and get the good feel going into conference play. And one thing about it, I was going to get him out sooner. I was hoping if we scored on one of the first couple drives of the second half, we were going to get him out. And but then he had a couple bad series in a row, and I'm like, I don't want to pull him out in a bad series, So I wanted him to have some success before we pulled him out there in the second half, and luckily he did that. And so we got some good stuff to look at film and hopefully get better.
Talk about Antoine Haynes. I mean, that's quite a show today.
Well, that's what I want to see him do, and he's got an opportunity now, and we've kind of eased him into this really slow. One thing we didn't want to do is put him in a bad situation to where he wasn't successful, and then, lost confidence. So, we eased him in a little bit. Newberry, I think he played 4 or 5 plays, and a little bit more last week, and and then actually didn't play that much more last week, just a few plays last week. And then we thought that this was a great opportunity to get him in the game, and he showed that he can be an explosive, dynamic player for us.
Coach, this was a program that came in tonight that was in a very similar situation to what your program was last week.
Yeah.
How did you make the kids aware of that this week, and any special preparations made?
No, I mean, I just told them the truth. I said, guys, I mean, you want me to tell you the truth or not? And so I went in and I said, truthfully, guys, we should beat them, and we should beat them, by several touchdowns. If you want me to tell you the truth, that's what should happen. And but let me tell you, and I said the exact same thing. I said they're in the same situation as what we were last week. We want to go and improve ourselves as players. You want to go and improve yourself. You're playing your step-up opponent in the D1 AA. Well, it's the same thing for them. They're playing their D2. This is their Super Bowl for the year, and they would love nothing more than to come in and upset us. And I just point blank told them, and that's the truth. And if you take practice off, and if you don't come out here focused and ready to go, then it can happen, And so once again, I thought our focus could have been better. I thought our discipline could be better, but I thought we still came in very motivated to win the football game.
The assumption that health would be nice with the first 3 games that you had, the physicality. How did you come out of tonight? I noticed Kenny Johnson was getting iced down. How's your team's health right now?
I think it's good. I don't think there's anything that I've noticed that anybody came out of the game to where I think it's going to be, out for any period of time longer than a couple days. So. I'm hoping that we're as healthy as we've been all year, to be honest with you. We'll see tomorrow. We'll talk to the doctor tomorrow morning and talk to the athletic trainers and see how things went. But I think we're in good shape.
Not only was this the first shutout, you also had your first safety in school history. How's that feel?
I didn't even know that. I guess forgot. Yeah, Kinlaw came off the edge. He got the sack there. That was good, and it started by the punt by Kyle Gollickson. Man, I mean, that was a heck of a long punt. I don't know how long it was, but great coverage, and we let it get down to the 1-inch line, and they tried to sneak it out of there the first down, and then and then tried to drop back from underneath center, and Kinlaw got off the edge and got the sack. So that's once again, that's another great thing. If the defense would have played this game by themselves, they would have won 2-0. So that's a good thing for our defense.
Also, this being the first win of the season, you're going into conference play. How do you build in this momentum coming in this weekend?
Well, obviously just the mindset of us getting a win and getting a resounding win and feeling good about ourselves, I think that's important. And I think that our players are very motivated. I mean, when we went into the locker room, they were talking about North Alabama, already. So, we knew that this was a non-conference game that was going to be an opportunity for us to, come out and perform well. And also, we talked about during the week, this is a momentum-building game going into conference play, and that's what we wanted to do, and we were able to do that. And hopefully we have some good confidence going into North Alabama this week.